I saw my life flush before my eyes. At the age of 33, I had it all. I was on top of the world. I had the house, the car, the kid, the career, the business. I was an empty nester, if you could only imagine that. Some of you are quick at math. Others are still getting it. And I was having such an amazing start at life. And hours after my 34th birthday, I wake up in the middle of the night, disoriented, with this big headache. I thought somebody had stabbed me, and I couldn't get my balance. After calling my doctor, she said, "We're sending an ambulance, or someone needs to take you in right now." We get to the hospital, and immediately I get checked in. And as I was rushed into my own triage room, I was in so much pain that all I can feel, I was like a baby curled up and feeling the pain. And it was so intense, I'm sitting there crying. And I couldn't contain it. I didn't know what was wrong, and neither did my doctors. And it took them hours to figure it out and to even stabilize me. The only concern is that I had 50 people coming over to my birthday party. I'm like, I love celebrating. And here I was, not knowing what was going to happen with my life. And the doctor turned to me and said, "You need to cancel that party." What do you think I was going to do? 12-year-old runaway, a little bit of a rebel, right? So there was no way in the world that I was going to cancel that party. After being stabilized, my doctor looked at me and said, "You need to get an MRI." And I said, "What for?" "You need to get an MRI." I went home, I rested, and 2 days later, we celebrated my birthday party. And my friends knew there was something really off. And they're asking me, they knew I had to go in for this test. And they said, "Rocio, what are you going to do if you find something's wrong?" And I said, "Of course I'm going to celebrate. What do you want me to do? Curl up in a corner and cry? That's just not me." 10 days later, I do go in for that MRI, little uncertain, not knowing what to do. As I checked in, I robed up. I walked into that MRI room. I laid down, and I went into the tube. And all I can hear was, zzz, zzz, for those of you who have ever been there. I come out. I go home. I think everything's great. I'm like, oh, I'll hear by Tuesday. This is Tuesday one week. I'm supposed to hear the next week. It's 9:15 a.m. I'm ready for a nap. And I lay down for this nap. And all of a sudden the phone rings. And the voice at the other end said, "Don't panic. You have a brain tumor." Have you ever had one of those moments? One of those oh shit moments? That was mine. I said, okay. In that moment, I saw my life flush before my eyes. I walked straight into my office and I said, "You've got my attention. What am I looking at? What's going on?" This person gives me all the scenarios. It's a rare brain tumor. We don't know. I want a doctor. I want a doctor now. I want an appointment. And as I'm sitting there contemplating and figuring out how I'm about to break the news to my 18-year-old son, I'm bouncing up and down on that trampoline. Boom. There goes my right ankle. I'm full of energy, and I'm still bouncing because there's no way I have to tell this child that his mother has a brain tumor right now. We're expecting news a week from now. And all of a sudden, there goes my second ankle. And I'm at the top of the stairs saying, son, I would love to talk with you. Let me know when you have a moment. Okay, Mom, I'll let you know. And then time seemed to be going for an eternity, and I said, wow, here I am booking the next flight. You know, all those things that you wanted to do, I did in that moment. Come down, have the conversation with my son, and the only thing that I can say is, thank you, God. This is not a 3-year-old child that I'm leaving behind. The very next day is coming into reality of saying, what's really important in life? And that was the first day of my life, living in the present and enjoying each moment.